Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Healthy Living event sponsored by the Juice Plus community. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Carol Turnbow. I am a senior sales coordinator with the Juice Plus company. I am also a wife. I'm a mom. I'm a mama. I'm a CrossFit coach. I'm a CrossFit athlete, but my passion is nutrition. I love nutrition and teaching people that food really can heal your body. Tonight, you're going to be hearing from myself and some of my teammates. We've all joined on a mission to inspire healthy living around the world, and I'm going to start tonight by introducing our product line. Our product line is simple and will continue to be simple because it's food. It's food that our bodies need on a daily basis. Juice Plus has figured out how to put fruits and vegetables in a capsule. Such an amazing concept. I'm going to start by showing you our tri-pack, the red, the purple, and the green bottles. These are 100% plant-based all the way down to the capsule. They're better than organic, non-GMO, picked at the peak of ripeness with an NSF seal of approval. And what that means, that is what is in the product is on the label. So this is our fruit blend, the red one. And on the label, it reads apple, peach, cranberry, orange, papaya, cherry, pineapple, prune, date, beet. That's what's in the product. My favorite part of our label is that it carries a nutrition label. This is not a supplement. Like I said earlier, Juice Plus has figured out how to put fruits and vegetables in a capsule, and that's why it carries a nutrition label. We also have our full spectrum of plant-based omegas, 3, 5, 6, 7, and 9. We all know that we can get omega-3s from fish oil. Well, Juice Plus has cut out the middleman. Fish eat algae to get their omegas from. So we have a blend of pomegranate seed oil, algae oil, tomato seed oil, and more. This is also, like I said, a completely vegan product all the way down to the capsule. We have our complete protein powder in chocolate and vanilla. The best way that you could ever start your day is to mix a shake and take those capsules, and you're just off to a great start. This is also a vegan product. I don't go a day without my complete shake. That's how I start every single day. We also have a tower garden, which I love my tower garden. I live in Indiana. It's cold today. It's rainy. It's nasty. My tower garden's in my hallway. It's just starting my fall harvest. Everybody else is out of, lettuce and herbs, and I'm just starting to grow my fall harvest. And by Thanksgiving, I'm going to have fresh lettuce and herbs on my Thanksgiving table. So I'm super excited about that. So tonight we have an amazing team of speakers. Andrea Laplante is a national marketing director with the Juice Plus company, and she has brought along her team to share their Juice Plus stories about their product stories, their business stories, and just how Juice Plus has changed their life. So Andrea, welcome. Excited to hear your speakers tonight. So go ahead and you can get started.
Okay, thank you, Carol. Hi, everybody. I'm really honored that you invited me and to bring some of my teammates on tonight. I think you're going to fall in love with them and their stories. They're all a little bit unique and different. And I will start by sharing, Carol did such a great job on the product line. And the reason that I'm here today and why I'm sitting here sharing my story is I'm a mom. I have 3 awesome athletic kids. But my story unfolds where my middle child, Will, overdosed on isolated vitamin supplements. So when Carol showed the image of the nutrition facts on the Juice Plus bottle, I was that mom who had a huge wake-up call. I didn't know about Juice Plus at the time. I had no idea that a child could overdose from isolated vitamins that were recommended by the pediatrician. I had no idea that there had been fatalities. And I was really lucky. My son was okay. But I'm an education junkie. I wanted to understand why that happened. No vitamins in my house. It was trying to get the vitamins and minerals into my family. 3 children. And to get all of that nutrition in without the thought of a nutritional seatbelt was really daunting. So on my own, I was trying to chop and slice and get this food into my family. If anybody has had a picky eater, after my son overdosed, he became one of the world's pickiest eaters. It was all bland foods and struggling and crying and gagging on the food, the broccoli, and he still really doesn't like broccoli. But lo and behold, I walked into my gym after researching and trying to find some support. I found Juice Plus and I saw the nutrition facts label. And the first thing I did was check to see if it had a poison control warning label and if it had a child safety lock. And I was blown away. I saw nutrition facts. There was no child safety lock. There was no poison control label. There was no, you can't have this if you're pregnant, or if you're this, you can have this, or if you're, it's just food. It's a salad bar in a capsule. And I thought, at first I was really excited. I mean, if you can imagine going through that with your family member and searching, and you find what you're looking for and then realize it's been around and you hadn't heard about it. So I was a little bit annoyed, to be honest with you. I was like, why haven't I heard about this? So that's when I just jumped in. I said, I can't wait for this person to come in and tell me. And I remember going back to the gym. Where's the person? Where are they? How can I get this? I want this in my family as soon as possible. I saw the value. It made sense. Whole food nutrition. And then I started looking into the sustainability and the farming practices and the quality control. And I thought, this is higher quality than organic. And I'm able to get 50 plants in my family's diet and a child for free. So at the time, I'm just going to share, I wasn't looking for a business. I had a corporate career actually prior to having my kids. I worked for Fox Sports Net for 8 years before I had my children, but then decided to stay home with them as my husband started traveling. So he was traveling for 20 years, and I was the mom at home being mom and dad. And at the time, my kids' activities were picking up. As I mentioned, I have athletes, and my daughter started her equestrian career. And that became very financially taxing on my family. And I thought, I'm not contributing financially. And it was becoming one of those roadblocks where it was, I don't think we're going to be able to take this on unless I go out and I take care of the finances on it. But the thing was, I didn't want to leave my kids. That wasn't something that I could even do. My husband was traveling. I was mom and dad. It wasn't an option to leave. But knowing that I was sharing this anyways, I actually said I would share this regardless of if there was a business attached. I think we all know in the world today how many people are interested in immune support, how many people want to get more plants in their diet, how many people want to reverse chronic illness and get rid of early onset diseases for young kids. How many people want to help support young kids, diabetes, obesity, early onset Alzheimer's? These things don't sit well with me. And it was a perfect storm where something happened to my child. It woke me up. I started doing my homework, research, advocating for my family. And then I was like, I want to grab a group of people like-minded and start sharing this. And by the way, I can grow a business and cover the cost for my daughter's riding and get full benefits, so I can retire my husband and he doesn't have to worry about working those extra years so that someone has a JOB and can get benefits. It was absolutely a dream come true. So I started sharing this with 3 young kids. I was mom and dad driving around, and I actually worked this business in line, picking up my daughter, taking her to the barn, sitting at football practice, basketball practice, you name it. I was in the car working my business. And what a godsend that I was able to be the best mom I could be, earn income. I was a corporate woman, so I have the ability to grow up the ladder in my company, but there was a glass ceiling and I could only get so far. But at that point, after being a mom, being home with my kids, I realized that I really wanted to live a life of purpose. And this checked all the boxes: health, check; finances, check; purpose, check. And now well into the future of helping other people and giving them the options to own their life from a health and a financial standpoint. So I know I'm taking up a little time here, so I'm going to transfer this over to Mary Principe, who will transfer it to Nancy Antonucci, and then she will transfer to Audrey Fisher. But I just wanted to let you know, Mary Principe is my mom, and she's a leader in prevention. And I grew up with her being a nurse, and she's been a nurse for over 60 years. And she's going to share with you a little bit about why this made sense to her too. So take it away, Mary.
Thank you, Andrea. Hello, everybody. It's an honor and a privilege to be here sharing my story with you. I'm so thankful for this opportunity. So here we go. My nursing career has not been a typical nursing career. I graduated from nursing school in 1965 at the time when chronic disease was not what it is today. It was just beginning to become an issue at that time and appearing. I worked in many community settings, which sort of, I believe, led me to the Juice Plus journey that I had no idea that I would ever be involved with. I worked as a visiting nurse and saw people living in their homes independently, 89-year-old man taking care of his 92-year-old wife who was bedbound, thriving and getting along fine outside of a medical setting. I saw at the Adult Day Health Center that I worked, people, I was a director there, people lived at home or at home with a caregiver who worked full-time, or they lived alone. And they came to our day health center and they thrived there for years. Why? We gave them good food, we gave them exercises, managed their medications, and we provided a community. They went home at night and they came back. Then I went to work as a John Hancock long-term care underwriter. And it was impossible for us to even keep up with the applications. People were applying for long-term care insurance. Why? They wanted to protect themselves from the ravages of old age, the chronic disease, all of those things. Since I've been involved with Juice Plus, my long-term care policy is taking Juice Plus. So fast forward to 2011, when I was attending my 50th nursing school reunion and I wanted to look good. So I decided to do the shred that Dr. Ray has promoted, because I wanted to shed toxins. I wanted to feel good. Lost my way here. Oh, before I get into the talks to the shred program, I became a victim of the sad American diet. I developed some health habits. I was becoming old and frumpy, as and quoting from what Dr. Richard Gerbois used to say about himself. That's how I felt. Then I learned about Juice Plus. It made perfect sense to me because I knew that fruits and vegetables were good for us. I had no idea that they could actually save our lives. And I had become, like a lot of people, it was easier to open a package than it was to peel an orange. So that lifestyle is something that insidiously happens to us, especially in a fast-paced world when we're working. Now I'm going to go to my school reunion and I'm going to do the shred. What I found when I did the shred changed my life. The chronic diseases that I had been living with, gluten and dairy allergies, became very evident to me, and my body became toxic. What I learned from doing the shred was to understand that shredding toxins, and toxins are all around us. They're in the food and they're in the water, they're in our clothing, they're everywhere. When we shred these toxins, it offers our bodies a chance to promote good cellular health, reduce inflammation. Inflammation prevents disease, so it's a win-win. And for that program, I'm so grateful. So what made me want to share Juice Plus? Actually, it was the education. Specifically, I attended a program with Andrea that Dr. Bill Sears was doing on the internal medicine bottles in our bodies. And this was a concept that was developed and received a Nobel Peace Prize. Dr. Sears was approached to simplify this process because nobody could understand it. And he showed us slides that if you eat the right vegetables and you move your body, your internal medicine bottles open up and they expel nitric oxide, which reduces inflammation. Inflammation causes disease, so you're preventing disease. This was wow. This was like a wow moment for me. I was blown away by the simplicity and the brilliance of this information. Nowhere in nursing school, nowhere along my journey as a nurse had anyone ever told me anything like that. It made perfect sense to me, and I wanted to share this with everyone. I wanted to give everyone an opportunity to have a better life, to lead a better life, to feel better, like I'm feeling better. I feel way better than I did when I started this journey. And I'm not a youngster. I'm enjoying my retirement. And I feel as though so many people in this world don't understand that how we live our lives and what we do and what we put in our bodies make a huge difference in whether we're going to be in a nursing home or we're going to live our lives with chronic disease and end our lives not in a pleasant way, because we have a choice, and it's difficult sometimes to get people to know that if they just change some of their habits, they too will have a better quality of life. Everyone needs to know about Juice Plus. And one of the reasons that I share it is because as a retiree, I have extra income and I'm inspired to share healthy living with everyone I encounter. So that's part of why I'm here. And I feel I have a responsibility as a healthcare professional to share what I know. When I look at the statistics of young children with diabetes, cardiovascular disease, obesity, our next generation, we need to protect our next generation. We need to educate parents and school teachers and people that are of influence on young children, and so that their future will be as good as our future and our lives are. So that is why I'm a nurse on a mission. I'd like to leave you with two thoughts: chronic disease, inflammation, and our genes are not our destiny. And as I said earlier, instead of buying a long-term care policy, buy Juice Plus, because it will add years to your life and not just life to your years. Thank you for listening. And now we're going to hear from Nancy Antonucci.
Thank you. That was amazing, Mary. It's great to be here tonight. Thank you for asking me to be here. I'm Nancy Antonucci. I live in Mansfield, Massachusetts. I'm a holistic health practitioner and a new group leader with the Healing Strong program and a QSC with Juice Plus. I'm a wife, a mom, and a grandmother. I have three beautiful grandchildren who I cherish daily. Two girls ages 4 and 2 years old, a new baby boy almost 3 months old. And being healthy and enjoying life with my family for many years to come is a top priority for me, and also helping others to do the same. I've had an interest in healthy, natural wellness strategies since my early 20s. I took a couple of nutrition classes in college that really opened up my eyes to how foods affect your health, but you didn't hear much about that mainstream. My boys were born in the mid-'80s, and at that time I started juicing and sprouting, but I didn't necessarily always follow a healthy lifestyle. We were always trying to find ways to get more fruits and veggies into our kids' diets. I shopped at Whole Foods for food and supplements and vitamins. And my kids were fussy eaters for sure. And I really wish we had Juice Plus back then to be able to get all the fruits and veggies into them that Juice Plus offers. So my kids certainly had their share of infections, colds, and strep throat, but luckily they were pretty healthy overall and went on to excel in sports and school, and they both follow healthy lifestyles today. But as a busy working mom and not taking the best care of myself, I developed several autoimmune conditions and health issues to the point that I couldn't get out of bed in the morning without my husband helping me. I could barely make it through the day. I had fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue. I had vision issues. I had ringing in my ears. I had Lyme disease. I had depression, anxiety, you name it, I had it. And this went on for about 5 years with many medications that didn't work. And it really took a toll on my body. But by the grace of God, I was completely healed through healing prayer, my small group at my church. And from that day forward, I knew that I just had to get myself healthy. So that was back in 2003. And that started my journey to get my body and lifestyle in shape. So I started juicing and following a raw vegan living foods diet. I started exercising regularly because I couldn't even do that before. And I started running. And ever since then, I mean, what I tried to do was really focus on the positive. And I've run over 30 races since then, from 5Ks, 10Ks, and 3 half marathons. So I've come a long way. In 2009, I completed my training as a health educator with the Optimum Health Solutions program. It's a program from Hippocrates Health Institute, and eventually started holding wellness workshops in my home, but holding a full-time job that didn't last. And in 2009, I completed my training as a health educator. In 2015, I opted to leave my full-time stressful executive job, and I focused just on my health and helping others. So I completed training as a certified holistic health coach and started my health and wellness business, Live Right Way, with my son, John. And we've been working together to help other people learn how to live a healthy lifestyle. My nutrition counseling focuses on eating a whole food plant-based diet, especially focusing on eating the rainbow of plants and eating mostly raw. And when food is heated, as we know, it's depleted of its live enzymes, which provide the nutrients our bodies need. I had heard of Juice Plus, but I had seen Juice Plus vendors at some of the raw and living food events that I would go to. And I always wondered why they were there. I just didn't understand how that product could be there when it was a processed vitamin. I just didn't get it. Okay, I lost my place. Hold on.
You've got it, Nancy.
Yeah, and I just didn't get it. Oh,
Yeah.
I know where I'm going next is I have a sister who owns a couple of juice bars. She offers all raw, cold pressed organic juices, and she is a Juice Plus rep. So I couldn't understand at first why she was interested in Juice Plus, and I really didn't want to hear anything about it because I just didn't understand what it was. So when I finally found out that it was raw, vine ripened fruits, veggies, and plants, dehydrated at a low heat and put in a capsule, it was such an aha moment for me because that's what I was teaching people. So it impressed me so much. The research, the way that it's tested and marketed, it just shows that it contains everything that the research shows and that it's absorbed in your body. And that was really important to me. Recently, a new customer of mine told me that her brother worked for a Porta-John company and that he said it was insane how many whole capsules would be dumped out of those Porta-Johns because so many vitamins are just not absorbed in your body. And we know that Juice Plus it's a win-win. So it was a game changer for me when I finally realized what Juice Plus was. And I'm really thrilled to be able to share that with my clients. I have had so many people that have come to me that don't feel healthy. They don't know what it means to be healthy or how to do it. They have chronic health conditions, allergies, etc. And once they've changed their diets and added Juice Plus, many of their conditions have disappeared. I've had people who have had food allergies. Those have disappeared, food cravings. They've had digestive issues, eczema, etc. And it is amazing when you flood your body full of this great nutrition, how healthy you can be. I love the Healthy Starts for Family program. I sponsor a friend's granddaughter who has autism, and my son sponsors his 4-year-old daughter. I love my tower garden that I have 2 now. I first purchased the Flex, and I had that outdoors last summer, 2 summers ago. And then I brought that indoors, grew all winter. And then I bought the home in the spring so I could have 2 going at the same time. So I'm always growing all my greens, my microgreens, tomatoes, herbs, peppers, zucchini, celery. I mean, it's just amazing what you can grow on that. I was so tired of throwing away produce that I bought in the supermarket. It goes bad so fast, and who knows who touched it, what's on it. And I just love that I can just pick and eat and it grows back. So there's just so much that this business has to offer. You know, whether I didn't get in the business to really grow the business, but I've just seen that it's so important to spread the word. And whether people want to save money, make money, create a lifestyle that they have flexibility and be able to help others, just live the healthiest life that they can be. It's just been a wonderful experience for me.
Thank you, Nancy.